EA Sports coverage of the NBA playoffs leads us to Game 4 of this year's NBA Finals. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Hi, everyone. Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, you look at the Clippers coming into play. They lead this final series 2-1 with a chance to get a step closer to the title here at home in Game 4.
And this has been a back-and-forth seesaw kind of series. It's had a little bit of everything, though. But I think Game 4 is where the rubber starts to meet the road. This is where the intensity really starts to pick up, and I think we'll see that tonight.
The screen sets him up for two.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Oh, emphatic slam.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
To Leonard. They get it to George. Down low. Strong finish for Paul George.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Simmons with it. We're just underway in game number 4. Offensive board. Oh, Ben Simmons. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Paul George to Leonard. They'll get it down low to Harrell. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
And the front court comes Simmons. Down just a couple. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go down. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA Awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Surveys the floor. George to Marcus Morris. Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard. The rebound belongs to the 76ers. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
He got through traffic with ease, but if you're going to fully collapse the defense, you're going to leave wide open three-point shooters.
To Marcus Morris. Leonard. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Simmons with it. Up by 3. Oh, Ben Simmons. He's now 4 for 6.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
To Paul George. Has a look. The shot by George won't go down. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Paul George throws it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Ben Simmons. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Simmons into the front court. Leads 3. And a throwdown. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Time to shuffle things up. George to Beverly. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Here's Simmons with it up top. Leads 5. Cruises inside for 2.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Paul George to Beverly. To George. Has a chance. George with a shot. No good. Simmons with it. Exactly a minute to go here in the opening quarter. To Embiid. And the basket good at the rim.
Had a difficult first quarter. Couldn't really find his rhythm, but you got 3 more left to play.
Cleaning the offensive glass. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
And the front court comes Simmons. His team up by 7. Beverly to Leonard. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. Simmons to Tobias Harris. Here's a chance from long range. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it. George. Rebound cleared by Philly. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Now pass stolen by the Sixers. We're 1 quarter down in Game 4, and we're back after this. You're tuned into the NBA Finals on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Shifting gears, here come some substitutions. Simmons to Horford. Going to launch beyond the arc. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Able to convert inside.
old school equals high percentage.
Simmons to Embiid. Joel Embiid. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
It's LA Clippers ball. Harkless to Beverly. Here comes the screen. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Here's Leonard for 2. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Williams. Al Horford pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Joel Embiid. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
With a drop step. Joel Embiid. Huge block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Simmons to Tobias Harris. Fires the 3. Second effort with a drop step. Joel Embiid. Terrific shooting. He's 4 for 5.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
The opposing coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own. Jackson to Williams. Just not going down.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Jackson with it. Down a bundle. To Marcus Morris. Al Horford rejects it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Here comes the screen. To Marcus Morris. Al Horford tips it. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Shot won't go. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Beverly to Leonard. Rebound Horford. Simmons with it. His guys holding the big lead. Layup goes down. Well done.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Kawhi Leonard, now 3 for 9.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Ben Simmons trying to cash in on the three-point play, shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. Simmons converts the three-point play. The Sixers increase the lead. Clippers have the basketball to Marcus Morris. And the finish, slam dunk.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Simmons into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Josh Richardson, he's 2 for 2 now.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Paul George for 3. That's rebounded by Embiid. Nothing going here on that drive. To Embiid. Harris to Richardson. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Nothing going here on that drive. Kawhi Leonard doesn't get the bounce. Al Horford with the block. Joel Embiid sends it away. Trying to cash in, knocks it down from mid-range. Deep 3 at the buzzer. We reached halftime here in Game 4. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. The 76ers didn't hold back in that opening half, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second-chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Clippers did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Assists.
The Philadelphia 76ers are having a great time out there. When you see players getting their teammates involved and having fun, it's the best way to win. Simmons is doing the most sharing with his teammates.
Player of the half.
Simmons has been punishing the rim with a variety of dunks. This is a guy that wants the top play section all to himself.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Harris. Beyond the arc for three. And it's Harrell who comes away with the rebound. Paul George. He's 3 for 7.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. Simmons has a look. Deep two there, won't go.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself.
Stuffs it down with authority. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
To Tobias Harris. Won't go.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Turnover gives them the possession. Count the basket at the rim.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Here comes the screen. Here's Leonard for two. Rebound taken by the Sixers. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
Beverly to Marcus Morris. Has a chance. Add 2 points to the board.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Simmons. 4-3. And he can't get it to go down. It's no good. Runner's good there.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Embiid. From the outside, no good. Beverly into the front court. His guys down big. To Marcus Morris. Leonard. Not today.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal. Kawhi Leonard sends it away. Lets it fly from long range. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Paul George. With that, he's 5 for 9.
From somebody who loves to score a lot himself. Defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Leonard to George. Ben Simmons able to recover with the block.
And that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And this will be out of bounds off of Embiid. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Williams. Lou Williams. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
George to Marcus Morris. Goes to the left side. Paul George to Marcus Morris. Joel Embiid with a piece. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer. Williams. Lou Williams. Consistent effort. He's at 50%.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. And he'll head to the line.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Lou Williams. He's got 2 shots coming. A career 83% free throw shooter. First one goes down.
Subbing in for the Los Angeles Clippers, number 21, Patrick Beverly.
2 for 2 on that trip. Some new personnel into the game. Simmons to Embiid. Finish that. George to Williams. Lou Williams. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
And this goes to show the importance of teammates. They've carried you the entire first half. Now it's your time to pick up the slack.
And stuffs it home.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Missed it. How'd that not go down? Here's Simmons with it up top. His guys leading by 14. Aaron Baines swats it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. That's the end of the period, and the 76ers have to be feeling good. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And they're not totally out of it just yet, but you'd have to say they have lots of work to do to get back in this game.
They probably have to put together some kind of 10-0 run to get back in this ballgame, but this is when an opportunity has a chance to become magical. I've been part of it, and I've seen it happen so many different times. Just because a team has been dominating you the last couple of quarters doesn't mean that you can't start believing in yourself, that you can do anything you want to do on the court at any given time. You watch, once you start to believe, you'll get back in this game.
Paul George to Leonard. Rocking the rim.
See, Ed, that's what I love. You don't need to conserve your energy. You attack that rim with ferocity. You always set the tone.
Beverly into the front court. Trailing by 14. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line, flare to the rim for a lob.
Don't forget, fans, you can present your tickets now at any participating Bobsville Burgers restaurant for a 10% discount on your meal. Bobsville Burgers, where the thrill is magic.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. To Simmons. Count the bucket for two.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Simmons to Tobias Harris. Simmons off the assist.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And body control is everything, especially on the defensive side of the floor. That was a great contest up top, but your body hit him on the way down. That's a foul every time.
Montrezl Harrell at the line for a chance at a three-point play. Numbers not in his favor, 61% for his career. Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. That shaves the deficit down to 10. Simmons to Embiid. And the rebound comes down to the Clippers. Beverly into the front court. He'll run the...
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Nothing going here on that drive. To Paul George. Short jumper misses. Horford to Simmons. And look out.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Williams into the front court. The deficit now up to a dozen. To George. Can't connect. Short jumper stays out. The follow won't go either. Another follow, still no good. To Beverly. Williams. No good. That's great defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
That's good D. Shot no good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
And a rim rocker. Joel Embiid.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
To Tobias Harris. Fires the three. He still can't find his range from deep. It's no good. Drive here, but the shot stays out. To Horford. Richardson. Sacrificing everything for the loose ball. Marcus Morris, strong finish.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Simmons with it. Up a dozen. Whoa! What a finish!
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Beverly. Ben Simmons pins it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Beverly to Paul George. To Beverly. Leonard. Now a steal by Philly.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Horford. He's looking for that touch. The follow won't go either. It's LA Clippers ball to Marcus Morris. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. Clips able to recover. What can you say? Morris locked in on that one.
Great job by the offense of not settling for a good shot, but rather finding a great shot.
In the front court comes Simmons. It's an 11-point game. Gets it in the left corner from long range. Tough shot. Well defended. The Sixers are victorious. They've won their first NBA title since 1983. Trusting the process leads them to a championship. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers got themselves a win here today. They did plenty of great things, but we all know what's going to be remembered are the dunks. And you know what? I'm going to remember nothing but the dunks as well. Check out the leading scores for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Clippers put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Second chance points.
The Philadelphia 76ers looked very impressive today, especially when it came to capitalizing on their own missed shots. The way they kept extending possessions wore out the D and earned them the win.
Player of the game.
Simmons seemed to think he could only score points with dunks in this game. Again and again. He kept throwing them down, and it was just astonishing.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.